Hello, welcome to Also Driven, and we're tinkering with the Audi today, but there's also another point to this video. We know there is a problem with the sound on the videos because it's very much on the fly. We do stuff, in the moment, and we get our cameras out and we film it because that's kind of the whole point of the channel. This is Sean and I kind of recording the stuff that we do. We don't really think about it as other people watching it. So we know there is a bit of a problem with the audio, and I'm trying out this mic and we'll see if it makes any difference, because I know you can get the wireless ones and stuff like that, but for the sort of stuff that we do, it's a bit of a flaff. That's charging, connecting, clipping them on, and by that point the moment has gone and the car has broken down, the thing we're filming has disappeared, whatever it is, it's just gone. So we're going to see if this makes a bit of a difference. Okay, yes, so we have a couple of jobs we want to do today.
Yeah.
And first of all, we were going to try and seal the screen.
Yeah.
And we found the Captain Trolley's box.
Yeah, box.
But not the actual stuff. Someone's had a go at this before, because there is some mastic around the screen we can see.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of a leak there. And as a budget buy, I don't really see us buying a new screen.
Oh god, no. No, you can't buy a new screen. All you can really do is, apparently with these, you have to do the whole hood. Like, you can't really buy a screen. But yeah, they often leak. So you do need to seal them up. And someone's obviously done that to this one already.
It's a bit wasteful, because I mean, obviously if you got a broken rear screen, having to replace the entire hood.
Well, it's the case of, I think it is possible, but I think it's about a bajillion times easier to just buy a new hood.
Oh, as a second-hand thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is that we're going to end up buying a second-hand hood, which probably leaks as well.
Probably, but anyway, we're not going to do that. We will just put the Captain Trolleys in there when we find it. I know where two of them are, but they're up in the unit.
Yeah. Oops.
Never mind.
What is our next job, considering we failed miserably at our first one?
It is to deal with the wind deflector. So the wind deflector is currently stuck down and it won't move. So one thing I want to do is jump in the car and we'll operate the button and see if we can hear the relay or anything clicking. The first thing we need to do is put the roof down.
Which you have recently fixed.
I have recently fixed, and there is a video on that on the channel. Oh yeah. Because the wind deflector will only operate with the roof down, which makes sense, because why would you want to have a wind deflector up? Anyway, button for the wind deflector is here, down there. That's a wind deflector button. So we lift it. I hear absolutely nothing. That's just the roof kind of creaking.
Okay, so it's dead.
Ooh. I can hear the relay clicking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under here. It's relay 604 underneath the dash, but I can definitely hear it clicking.
You've suddenly become an expert on Audi TTs.
So the switch is working. The relay is clicking. Although to be fair, the roof relay clicked and it was failed.
Okay.
So relay's getting power. I've checked the fuse, by the way. So the motor's either dead, because I can't hear the motor. There's nothing. The motor's not kind of starting and going or anything. So either the motor is dead. Often what happens is the belt is broken. But if that was the case, we would still hear the motor trying to do something. So either the relay has failed even though it clicks, or the motor is dead. So I think the solution, temporarily at least, is to try and manually raise it.
Okay, so because you can put the roof up and down with the wind deflector up, it doesn't have to be down.
Nope.
It just means you can't get into that bit at the back of the car.
Yeah, which you shouldn't get into anyway, because if you put anything in there, the roof will land on it and smash your glass, and then you have to buy a new roof.
Okay, let's not do that then.
Not do that. So let's see if we can manually raise this thing. It involves lots and lots of jiggery-pokery in a very inelegant way.
Fun.
Apparently I need to push this down and push it towards the centre of the car and then pull it. I'm not quite sure how I push it towards the centre of the car and pull it away from the centre of the car at the same time.
This is a two-person job, isn't it?
Probably. I think I got it. There we go. Okay, so that is released. The next thing we have to do to get this off is raise the roof to clear this space, and then this should pull out. But I might actually just be able to reach in here and see if our belt is intact. Yeah, our belt's intact.
So it's definitely the motor.
Belt is there. I can feel it. So actually, I might not even need to move this, because I think I can get my hand in here. So you need to grab, I need two hands ideally. apparently you're supposed to be able to yank it one way or the other, and yes, yank it, and the thing moves, but that ain't happening at the minute.
Okay, can you get it out?
Yeah, with the roof up, I can get this out, sort of, but no further. So now I have to put the roof back.
So I have to hold this,
Oh,
and then you put the roof down, while simultaneously trying not to get my hand trapped in the roof. Ah, okay.
Okay, that worked.
Okay,
That's out.
that gives you a little bit more space.
Should do. Yeah, have a look. Okay. Someone had also done a thing where they manually, where they kind of smashed a screwdriver against the gears here that the belt grips onto, which worked it. But again, that involves like destroying the belt, which is fine, and replacing the belt is an absolute ball ache.
Right.
So if it doesn't need replacing, I'm not happy to break it. So it is just a question of seeing if there is some way that we can get at this doodad. Oh my gosh, I want to go to the French Riviera, don't you?
Not if I sound like that. So everyone thinks you're very intelligent, but really you get all your information about cars from YouTube, don't you?
Yeah.
He does not look like the average American TT owner in my mind.
He's also carbon fibered his hoops.
Well, everyone to their own. The nice man in the video says it could just be seized and like
Basically, because he was banging it with his screwdriver, but then he said the other side's nice and loose, so he could do it by hand.
So let's get some lube
Bulldog BDX on it.
Yep, good old Bulldog BDX. What would you do without this stuff?
Fail miserably at most things.
If the if the motor has seized, that would mean everything has kind of stuck.
It could be. We're trying to work out what how the motor actually actuates, what it works on. So it must be, so there's a belt up here that joins both of these kind of geared sticks, and it must be that the motor operates on one of these sticks and the belt then transfers the power to the other stick, right? That must be the only way, logical thing it must do.
Yes. That didn't work, I'll take it.
No, let's try to see if I can pull.
Bloody DIYers. Sorry, yes, there are two.
Well, I wasn't necessarily talking for the film, but there are two, like, plastic things here that might... No, I don't know what they do. No, you can...
The neighbours have finally stopped doing their DIY.
So I found the motor, and it's on this side, we were correct. However, I was thinking of putting 12 volts into it and seeing if it just worked, but that would behead me because it would raise the thing and cut off the access to that rear panel. So my next thought is if I take the electrical connector away and see if it's receiving 12 volts from the relay.
Well, aren't you clever?
Then at least we then know the relay is functioning definitely, but the whatchamacallit is not.
Okay.
But we'd have to do that with the roof down because it won't function with the roof up, and then we can't access it because the roof's in the way and it's sitting on top of the motor.
Okay, attempt number 5. Oh, something move. This is going to go one of 2 ways.
The thing or what life?
Okay. Or fire. There may be fire.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right, let me know when you're going to go live. Okay. Absolutely nothing. Not a thing. Okay, dead motor.
We have a solution. We played about with electrics and relays. I've cleaned the relay, that didn't do anything. I have checked the motor to see whether it's receiving power, 12 volts on the up thing, and it is receiving 12 volts from the switch and the relay. So we then thought, how about some mole grips on the rotary things? And look, we have some glass coming up. It's slow work, but I am turning it and it is moving. So check back in a few minutes. Or we might have a fully up wind deflector. And that's it, look, our wind deflector is up. Thank goodness. That was actually way easier than I thought. I don't quite know why we didn't 4 hours ago think to take a pair of mole grips and just twist these rollers on one side. But there we are. It is up, and it will stay up because it will make life significantly easier. So we basically worked out that the motor is the problem. This is what we've spent all morning figuring out. The motor is dead. It ain't doing nothing. It's getting power, but it's not working. If it was a relay and it was 11 quid, which it is 11 quid relay, we'd have just replaced the relay. As it is, the motor is an absolute ball ache to get at because this entire assembly needs to come out of the car and the whole U1 kind of go in and that kind of stuff. And it's like, no, we're not doing that. We're just going to leave it there. And now we have no wind coming down the backs of our necks, hopefully, when we drive the car. So there we go. A very long-winded little win.
So thank you for watching. You now know if you have an Audi TT and you want to put the wind deflector up, just get a set of mole grips.
And just manually move those cylinders that are on both sides, and it's up in like 5 minutes. Happy days.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.